is the final night of the regular season. The fans at Hershey are ready for their backyard rivalry. Plenty on the line tonight at Hershey Park Stadium. You'll see it on Friday Night Football. Greg Mace, John Reppitz. It is the last night, Friday night before the playoffs. So a lot on the line here tonight.
Hard to believe the regular season started just 10 short weeks ago. Now it's all over. Time to move on to the second season.
All right, here we go. The top two teams in their respective brackets, two of the top teams, and they are backyard rivals. Here's Josh Reed at tonight's Hershey Lower Dauphin game.
Week one, I was at the Lower Dauphin game. They won, and they've been on a roll ever since then. The Falcon Nation is a little upset with me, though, because I haven't made back to a game since then. Allow me to reintroduce myself, Falcon Nation. We're going to let the Hershey band drop the track on these highlights. The Lower Dauphin taking on Hershey. First quarter, no score. LD driving. Troy Spencer takes it in. And just like that, it's 7-zip Falcons. But Hershey would answer. Jalen Harmon on the jet sweep gets to the edge and takes it 49 yards. What does the Fox say? Touchdown, Trojans. Game tied at 7. Head to the second quarter now. Because if we went backwards, that'd be confusing. That's Spencer's second TD of the game, and it's 17-7 Falcons at the half. Third quarter action, Hershey with the ball. Jesse Campbell looking down the field. He hooks up with Harmon for the first down. Trojans in business. But the Lower Dauphin defense, it's one of the best in the business, and this is why. They get the big fourth down stop and would take over on downs. Lower Dauphin, they call themselves the money team. If that's the case, Spencer is Bill Gates. This is his third touchdown of the game, and it's 24-7 Falcons. End of the third quarter now. Hershey will get on the board. Jesse Campbell calls his own number. That's a pretty good call. That made it 24-14. But Troy Spencer, he was next level in this one. He rushed for 5 touchdowns and would not be denied. Lower Dauphin knocks off Hershey 38-14. Last year, it was great to make the playoffs and get back in.
True.
This is just the next step now for you guys, isn't it?
It's very true. Last year, honestly, we were content to make the playoffs, and I'm going to admit it, I was. As a coach, I was so pleased that we got there. You know, I wish we would have won another game, but you know what? I was so happy for those kids and for my staff because the hard work, it paid off. This year, our motto was all in, and this year was up the ante. So we upped the ante. Now we're going to win some playoff games. That's the goal.
It means a lot. I grew up around this program. You know, the ball boy. I never missed a game. You know, since first grade, and you know, just to be able to contribute and be a part of this team is just you know, amazing.
The lack of leadership that has been circling around here for so long has finally come back around, and that's credit to all these guys. Not just the seniors, not just the captains, but everybody. Everybody's got to buy into our system, and we did.
What do you tell the team, you know, knowing that they can't dwell on this?
Well, I told them down here in the huddle after the game, I said, you know, it's supposed to hurt, and tonight it's going to hurt, and you need to absorb that and learn from it. Tomorrow morning the sun comes up, and it's a new season.
Oh, there was just a lot riding on the line tonight, and of course an impressive win by Lower Dauphin. Check this out. The athletic directors actually got together and decided whoever was going to win this game would have home field for the first round of the playoffs. Lower Dauphin will have home field advantage for the postseason. At Hershey Park Stadium, Josh Reed, ABC 27 Sports.
All right, thanks, Josh. Despite one loss, Bishop McDevitt has wrapped up the top seed in AAA as they finish the regular season with a big win following last week's loss to Cedar Cliff. McDevitt looking to start another regular season win streak after their 25-gamer was snapped last week at Palmyra. Home Cougars starting things off right off the opening kickoff. Sean Taylor at the 15, getting some blocks past midfield all the way to the 11, but the drive resulted in a missed field goal. Bishop McDevitt ball now, their third play from scrimmage. Andre Robinson, a little patience there. Through the defense, hitting stride, there he goes. 55 yards, Crusaders out to a 7-0 lead. Later in the first quarter now, still 7-0. Nick Marsilio, quick strike over the middle. Tyrone Gibson, 55 yards. McDevitt's up 15-0. They go on to win 60-7.
The big question in Mid-Penn Keystone is how would Cedar Cliff respond after last week's huge upset of McDevitt? Mechanicsburg was the lucky team that got to find out the answer firsthand. Now keep in mind, the Wildcats upset the Colts in the final game of last season. A great night for football and a good night to grab a snack at the concession stand. What do you say? Cedar Cliff leading by 3, and it's Andrew Ford to Nathan Orris. 18 yards on the touchdown. Colts on top, 24-14. Then Ford comes back and finds Noah Malone. This one good for 8 yards and another score. It's 31-14. Mechanicsburg's Shaheen Brown, folks, he's going to break along with here. 65 yards for the score. The Cats claw back to being down by 10. It's 31-21. You know, the Colts can throw it with Ford, and they can run it with this guy, Kyler Smith, 2-yard touchdown. Cedar Cliff wraps up a 9-1 regular season with a 45-35 win over Mechanicsburg.
Now 2 backyard rivals trying to improve their playoff position. We welcome to our ABC 27 Friday Night Football team, Amanda Peterson with the CD East game.
Big night at Landis Field where the plays were popping and so were the questions. But the real engagement was on the field. First quarter, CD ball. Quarterback Nate Dickey rolls out, throws downfield, loses our camera guy, but not CDE's secondary. Javante Alam comes up with the interception. Second quarter, same drive. East Chase Edmonds bounces to the outside and walks it in. Panthers on the board, 7-0. But CD is quick to respond. The Rams' Nate Dickey rolls right, looks downfield, finds Jacob Perry. This Ram isn't looking back. He runs it in, score is now tied, 7-all. East shows they can go to the air too. Jihad Neibauer throws to Javante Alam. He takes it to the 15, setting up this. Neibauer passes to Edmonds, who needs no invitation to the end zone. He scores from 8 yards out. Panthers back up 14-7. CD fans not losing faith. Under 1:30 left in the fourth quarter on 4th and 13. Rams' Nate Dickey goes to the air. Finds Jake Nottenstein, bringing the Rams to the 6-yard line. Just over 30 seconds in the game, Nate Dickey hands off to sophomore Raleigh Serb. Serb swings right and takes it in. For the first time, the Rams take the lead, and it couldn't have come at a better time. CD goes on to win 17-14. And a finish like this wasn't much of a surprise to Coach McNamee.
Tonight, I think, was a perfect reflection of our entire season. Nothing came easy. We had our share of mistakes, but our kids kept hammering away. They never quit, and the result turned out to be a good one.
Next week, we probably just got to focus on turnovers and overall execution and going 100% all the time.
So what are we? Champions!
A fight till the end in this backyard rivalry, giving the Rams valuable momentum as both teams head to district playoffs next week. At Landis Field, Amanda Peterson, ABC 27 Sports.
Steel High has the top scoring defense in District 3 and the 8th best overall in the entire state. That's bad news for Camp Hill, who's averaged about 30 points a game, but also gives up slightly more than that. The Rollers closed out the regular season on the home turf at Cottage Hill tonight. They led 6-0 early, and the Rollers get it going in the second quarter. James Warren walks in from inside the 5. It's 14-0. Then Shaheen Moody Williams tries the near side, reverses the field, and watch him go, folks. 65 yards down the far side. Steel High exploded for 34 points in the second quarter alone. Camp Hill's Michael Schuster throws deep downfield, with the Roller defense being just as dominating as the offense, picked off by Logan Davis. Then Tyquan Walker powers in from close range. Steel High led 40-0 at halftime and went on to win it 62-6. Remember, because of the earlier double forfeit this year, the Rollers are undefeated in the 9 games that they have completed.
Back to Mid-Penn Commonwealth now, where Cumberland Valley would need a win to finish tied for first. And at the same time, they look to hold that second spot in the District Quad A power rankings. Pick it up in the second quarter. State College football, they're down 25-7, make it 25-13 with a touchdown. But Cumberland Valley comes back. Big on the ground. Tyler Heisey, 1 yard. Cumberland Valley's up 32-13. And Cumberland Valley gets another one right here. Tim Spinelli to make it 39-19. Cumberland Valley goes on to win 39-26.
In the past, some strange things have happened during the final weekend of the regular season that affected the playoff picture. We began tonight with both Susquehanna Township and Redland in Class AAA. Will they still be there when play concluded tonight? Third quarter, Township ball, and it's Takai Turner taking the handoff, dives through the pile, touchdown. Indians up 14-10. Now let's jump ahead to the fourth quarter, and it's going to be Redland with the ball. And it's John Ford breaking a tackle, goes in from 6 yards out to give Redland the lead. Patriots on top, 17-14. Fourth quarter again, Patriots ball. Garrett Scott throws over the middle. Intercepted by Jared Folks. He goes 79 yards for the touchdown to put Township up 20-17. Redland trying to keep their season from ending. 9 seconds left now. Jeremy Fisher with a game-tying field goal attempt, but it's blocked. Township holds on to defeat Redland 20-17.
All right, Milton Hershey's in the AAA playoffs, but they are trying to bounce back off their loss to Steel High that ended a 7-game winning streak. Pick up the action in this one. At Boiling Springs, Milton Hershey's Jamal Walker to Kevin Wiggins. 30 yards. Milton Hershey's up 7-0. End of the second quarter now. Justin Hyder taking the handoff. Right side. Picking up 36 for Milton Hershey right in front of you. Puts him in a perfect position. Walker to John Marr in the end zone. 13-0, and that was the final score. Milton Hershey 13, Boiling Springs nothing.
Newport has not had a winning season in quite some time. A victory over winless Halifax would be the Buffalo's 6th and would clinch a winning record for the first time since 2005. The win by Halifax would help lessen the pain of a disappointing season for the Wildcats. But it was Newport on top early 14-0, and they stretched that advantage. Justin Temple to Marcus Jones for the touchdown. It's 21-0. Short time later, it's going to be Temple to Dalton Klinger. This picks up 19 yards. Nice gain. Nice stiff arm right there at the end of the play. Then it's Temple again, this time to Kevin Kissinger. 15 yards. Newport touchdown. Buffs on top 28-0. And then Temple up the middle, nobody home. Another Newport touchdown, 35-0 at halftime. Newport goes on to win it by that 35-0 score.
It has been an unusually long, tough year for Trinity. It comes to an end tonight, while Middletown needed to win and get a whole lot of help to make the playoffs. It is senior night at Trinity in one final game for the Shamrock Seniors. They all came out for the coin toss. First quarter, Middletown football, and they get on the board. Watch Chris Holloman go right up the middle, escape some tackles. 43 yards later is in the end zone. It's 6-0 Middletown. Trinity playing some tough defense. Stopping Middletown right there, keeping them off the board, but Middletown will get on the board again later in the half. Josh Matinchek going to come near sideline right at you to make it 12-0. Middletown wins 20-6.
You know, we can spend an entire show talking about the playoff power rankings, the pluses, the minuses. One big minus, consider that East Pennsboro could finish the year with a 7-3 record and not make the 16-team AAA bracket, losing out to teams with lesser records. All the Panthers could do is control their own destiny tonight against Susquehanna. And it's Garrett Studer taking the handoff, gets scoring started, 15-yard touchdown, 7-0 Panthers. Second quarter now, Panthers again. Studer with the ball, runs it in from 11 out, his second touchdown of the night. It's now 14-0. Susquehanna trying to score now, 46 seconds left in the first half. And Brett Morrison looking downfield, but he's picked off by Benjamin Bischoff. And Bischoff takes it all the way back down to the 7-yard line. So East Penn's now threatening. 26 seconds left. Joshua Stambaugh finds Nick Gaida. 7-yard touchdown. Panthers up 20-0 at halftime. East Penn goes on to win it, 41-7.
If you were looking for a score, they're all rolling down the bottom of the screen from our area, but we've got it from all over the state, including some of the Western Pennsylvania playoffs. Log on to our website, abc27.com, our sports page, for all of tonight's scores.
More highlights are coming up next
on ABC 27's Friday Night Football.
Right after these important messages from our sponsors.
Even though it's the end of the season, for some teams, it's just the beginning. You're watching Friday Night Football on ABC 27.
And as we continue heading toward the playoffs, we decide some division championships as well. And this is the championship game in Mid-Penn Colonial. Gettysburg and Shippensburg, they're both 6-0 in division play, both also looking to improve their AAA playoff position. Shippensburg visiting Gettysburg. It is senior night as the Warriors senior captains take the field in their last regular season game. 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Gettysburg junior Lane Sherman. It's his football, and watch him go. That would be 82 yards, and the Warriors are up 7-0. Later in the second quarter now, Shippensburg has the answer. Senior Seth Fry going deep to fellow senior Storm Frittinger. The touchdown, and the score is tied at 7. Late fourth quarter now, Shippensburg's up 19-7. Gettysburg junior Lane Sherman going to run it in for the touchdown. He's got 2 touchdowns on senior night. Gettysburg's up 19-13 with 8 minutes left. But turnovers would plague the Warriors all night long. Last chance for a Gettysburg victory. And the pass will be picked off. Ship wins 19-13. They end Gettysburg's winning streak. Both teams are headed to the playoffs.
Dallastown has quietly put together 7 wins and a solid number 4 ranking in the Quad A playoff picture. To make the postseason, though, Red Lion desperately needed a win and a lot of help. Second half, Redland is up 17-10 when Dallastown's Andrew Henry is going to pass to Malik Lewis. Good for 30 yards on this play. 2 plays later, they score to tie the game at 17 all. Next Dallastown drive, it's Henry to Lewis again. This time for 20 yards. Nice catch. Strike puts Dallastown up 24-17. Ensuing Red Lion drive. Blake Cahill throws 11 yards. Damian Hess. We're tied at 24. Early fourth quarter now, Dallastown's Robert Catchings takes it in from 10 yards out. They're back on top, 31-24. Final 2 minutes now, Red Lion driving. But Catchings comes up with a huge interception to seal the game for the Wildcats. Dallastown hangs on to win it, 31-24.
Central New York needed a win tonight to wrap up the York Adams Division II title. The Panthers riding a 6-game winning streak and sitting 7th in the Quad A power rankings. Seen live on ABC 27.2 RTV. Central York ball first quarter, Dylan Hose. That made it 7-0. All right, it's still Central York ball. Hose going to the corner right there by the pylon. Zach Emsweiler, 14-0 Central York. But York will respond on the subsequent kickoff. Zakeem Dennison got some speed, cuts to the near sideline, and
picks it up. He's going to take it all the way.
Gary Sutton with a call on ABC 27. Eventually it's 20-14. Central in the third now. Hose again. He's in. Check out the final 62-27. Central York is a winner.
After 3 lean seasons when Upper Dauphin won a total of just 5 games, the Trojans were poised to win their 7th game of this season and claim their first playoff berth since 2009. Senior night in Elizabethville, and the Trojans would get the offense rolling early. Upper Dauphin kicking off to start the game, and the special teams comes up with a big play. Captain Cole Reed is going to recover the fumble for the Trojans, so they take over. So that sets up this, an 18-yard touchdown run from senior Trey Campbell, and it puts Upper Dauphin on top by a score of 7-0. Millersburg's going to answer back. Quarterback Christian Wingard keeps it 18 yards for the first down. Indians would score later in the drive, but trailed 7-6. Still in the first, Upper Dauphin kept the offense going. Campbell with a carry, but he's going to cough up the ball, but Cameron Fornwald scoops it up. That's a gain of 30 yards. That set up Reed's